Abdul Carter wants 56 so much as to ask Lawrence Taylor if he can have it. Lawrence Taylor said, no, you can't have the number. It's retired. Do you have any problem with Abdul Carter asking Lawrence Taylor for his number?
Yes, this is one of the most idiotic, foolish things I've seen a now potentially professional athlete do. And there's no surprise that it came as he was talking to one of the other guys that has his foot in his mouth left and right, in Micah Parsons on his podcast. Number one, don't be doing a podcast with your newly minted division rival.
Hey, that's a Penn State brother through and through.
Yeah, well, both of them looking like buffoons right now because for Micah Parsons, I'll never forget what you were doing at Penn State, by the way. Got some skeletons in that closet, buddy. But then also, for you, if you are Abdul Carter, do you ever, number one, be your own man? Can you for once just be your own man, do your own thing? I get that they passed down to number 11 at Penn State to the great edge rushers, starting with LeVar Arrington and Micah Parsons. Now you. That's cute. That's great. Now you go to the Giants and you're asking to spawn the number of the single greatest defensive talent in the history of the league. Some people call him the best football player of all time. And if you know one thing about Lawrence Taylor, he an old school dude. Like, the fact that he found out that you wanted his number through Micah Parsons' podcast first, I knew from the jump when I saw that happen, I was like, LT gonna shoot this down quick and then he'll turn down a personal engagement event for a round of golf. Like, LT don't play about his golf. He also don't play about respect. And I think it's disrespectful for him to jump on a Micah Parsons podcast before he's played a single snap in the league and say he wants 56. Now, here's the one thing I'll say, though. I do believe there's a caveat, right? There's a back channel in which if he would have approached LT the right way, he still would have got shot down, but at least we wouldn't know about it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I think
we shouldn't know about this.
You're right in terms of wanting the same tradition that was at the college that he went to and assuming that this would be all cool and well when he's going to the National Football League.
Who do you think you are?
Yeah, that's weird. The league does not adapt to you, Abdul Carter. You adapt to the league. You got to deal with the traditions that are in the NFL already, and retiring numbers is a big deal.
It is. It is.
And you know what? Rocking the sticks would be cool as hell, too. Wearing 11 as an edge rusher looks cool. And maybe it's because Micah Parsons does it right now, and I'm a Penn State football fan, and he's very good at that, and I want to see that for my second favorite NFL team, the New York Giants, who happen to have also drafted a Penn State legend.
It's kind of nice.
It's kind of nice.
So here's my question, though, for you, C-Cat. Do you not feel it's a little corny, a little whack? And I won't say these things to his face. He's a really big dude. But I feel like it's a little corny, a little whack that he's not trying to create his own wave here. He's trying to jump from bandwagon to bandwagon. He's going from 11 now to try to reach for 56. Like, I would be concerned as a Giants fan that this guy doesn't have his own identity.
I wouldn't read too much into it. I think optics stink, whatever. That's your first impression to your fan base, first impression to your organization as a whole. And the culture part of it is so much of it for the NFL in this jam-packed locker room. You already, when they announce your name and your signing bonus to the training camp, when you're in that film room, you're already going to get clowned and be made to earn it from the guys who are already in that locker room who did not get near the signing bonus, who have actually proven something in the NFL already. And by acting as if you already almost have earned an exemption to a retired number, that's a bad look. Hopefully it's not a sign of more things to come.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be. And I do think that at the end of the day, we just should know about this. If he handled this properly, he would have been told no in private with Lawrence Taylor. They would have had a good conversation about it. And then maybe down the line, after he made some Pro Bowls, after they won a championship or something, LT might have granted it to him. But you got to do something. You got to prove it in the National Football League. There have been several people who have been drafted in the top 5 in the history of the league. Many of them have busted out. You ain't played a snap yet. You're not even the best edge rusher or defensive lineman on the Giants right now. They just traded away half of their draft capital for Brian Burns last year. They have another top 5 invested pick in Kayvon Thibodeau that's on that defensive line, and Dexter Lawrence is the best defensive tackle. You're coming into camp at best as the 4th best defensive lineman for the Giants. Not knocking a dude, but I will say to me, little corny that he doesn't want to create his own identity. And again, I wouldn't say it to his face. I'm honest, at least. Wouldn't say it to his face.
Nice and transparent to our fans, listeners, and viewers the same.
Oh, I didn't get to tell y'all the Aaron Gordon story. Maybe I'll tell y'all that on the other side. Tina is pulling up. We're getting geared up for the happy hour. And again, you know your boy is kicking it from the Thou Wow, ESPN Chicago, the State Street Studios. I've been distracted, man. Everybody's walking by here. The Chicago State Streets, the theater, the big theater, the one, like, this is one of those iconic signs as I look out at it that defines cities. Now, of course, it says Chicago, so it's easy, but it to me, it's almost similar to the, where they used to have the draft at New York?
Radio City Music Hall.
Radio City Music Hall. The sign that they have outside of that. Mm-hmm. Right, the Chicago State Theater sign kind of, to me, parallels that. This really does. It's like the New York of the Midwest. Pigeons and all.
You know what I wish that you had at a walk's distance, but I, fortunately, do? A Duffy Sports Grill.
Nothing like Duffy Sports Grill, man. Duffy'sMVP.com. I'm about to look it up and see what the nearest Duffy's is to me here in Chicago. Let's see.
Let me make a quick trip down south.
Ironically, there's a place called Duffy's Tavern and Grill. Are they copying the Duffy Sports Grill?
How dare you stand where he stood? How dare you? You got to take their car. It's like,
I will march my tail there tonight. I will demand the manager's card, and I will tell him, hey, if my MVP card doesn't swipe here, y'all got to change the name. Duffy'sMVP.com. That's the place to be. 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. Plus, they've got the Duffy's Double Play. That is a lunch special. And if you know anything about specials, you know it's going to be a great, great bargain. $7.99 for a Duffy's Double Play right during lunchtime. Can't beat it. Plus, 80 or more televisions at every single Duffy's location. It's the place to be to watch all of the playoff action. Stanley Cup postseason. You got the NBA playoffs. And, of course, you have now the WNBA preseason gearing up. I saw the numbers that Caitlin Clark and the Fever pulled in. I'm like, man, oh, man, if you're at a Duffy's right now and you got 80-plus TVs, you got a lot to choose from. And those options will be satisfied by your waiter or waitress. Duffy'sMVP.com, award-winning burgers, jumbo wings. They've got the goods. Tap in, and you can be a Duffy's MVP, just like me. Stack up the reward points. Duffy'sMVP.com. At Duffy's, our game is always on.
One thing I love about Duffy's, I'm a pretty, picky drinker. I'd say not much of a picky eater anymore. I was when I was a kid, but I'm a picky alcoholic drinker.
No Fireball for the cat.
No Fireball for the cat, but I love hard cider. And sometimes I'm also very frugal. The fact that it's 2-for-1 drinks, no matter what drink you're ordering, is very nice. It simplifies things. I don't have to pick and choose and decide what I am drinking because of my wallet, because everything's discounted. I love it.
And another thing, to be honest with you, sometimes, I'm not sure if they're supposed to, but I'm an MVP, and you know they rock with the boy at Duffy's. Sometimes if you order your first drink, you're like, I kind of want to change it up. That's on the second half of the 2-for-1. They'll let you, call an audible.